In part 3 of our Bose comparison, Dr. Angela stated that we are going to be testing 3 sets of hearing aids in 2 different listening environments. There actually is a third listening environment as well. More on that later. We took a morning out of Dr. Angela's schedule and had 4 of our clients come in, each allotted an hour, to try out all 3 sets in each listening situation. We first introduced them to the Bose devices and the app. All of these clients' hearing loss is within the range that the Bose are designed for. We also chose 2 individuals who are very knowledgeable with the use of modern technology and 2 that struggle with new technology. Almost immediately, we started getting responses from our clients.
Hearing aid sound quality.
Okay, because like right now, I feel like I don't even have hearing aids in at all. I mean,
Okay.
I don't hear any. I mean,
So-
I can hear you, but I don't think I'm hearing it through the hearing aid.
Okay. So
When using the Bose devices, customers will not have any assistance when learning how to use the app. With this in mind, Dr. Angela informed our clients they will be programming the Bose devices on their own with no assistance from us.
program them on your phone.
Okay.
Okay. So what we're going to
Here's when some of our clients started experiencing difficulty with the app.
So by just raising the bar, or because it says front, I don't know what I'm doing with it. I mean, this is what would be terribly confusing to me. I would have no idea what to do.
After a bit of struggling, Dr. Angela does eventually assist our clients.
That was your phone call to Bose.
To say, how does this work?
Can I already say, can I send these back?
We do want to exercise caution when manually programming your hearing aids because you can get feedback, further damaging your hearing.
3 at my house now. Their names are...
The first portion of our challenge was to test the sound quality of the Bose devices with conversation in quiet. Dr. Angela would chat with our clients as they would attempt to adjust their hearing aids using the app. The following is their immediate thoughts.
As I was listening, I pulled it down a little more to the bass because I was like hearing some, I don't know, hiss
Okay.
in there, or maybe it's air handling. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but I've got that. I mean, I can still hear it, but it's minimal. But your voice sounded fine. As I'm hearing myself, it sounds a little bit sibilant, you know.
In the Bose, you did hear internal noise, is that correct? Because you could tell they were on?
Yes.
All right. Do you hear any hissing or internal noise, the machine noise, that sort of thing?
Nope.
Perfect. On my voice, does my voice sound fairly normal, fairly natural? Is there any kind of sound quality on my voice that is different than what you're used to?
Nope. You sound good.
Sound pretty good.
And they squeal. I don't like that.
Okay.
After programming the Bose devices at a level the clients were comfortable with, we moved on to the Signia product and tested them also with conversation in quiet.
Does my voice sound clear? Can you understand
It sounds
me?
clear.
All right.
Yeah.
Sound quality compared to the Bose, which one would you rate as more natural?
I think what I have on right now seems more natural than what I had on before.
I'm not really picking up I don't hear any sibilance in my own voice. I can hear that it sounds amplified a little bit, but there is not any of the real SE.
And as far as my voice sound quality, do I sound natural? Do I sound metallic?
It sounds natural,
Okay.
not metallic. The volume level sounds a little bit low to me, and if I had the ability to boost that a little bit, I probably would. But other than that,
Okay, on your left hearing aid, bump the top of that button just once. And see if that doesn't make the volume a little bit better for you. And if you need a little more, tap it
one
again.
more time.
Yep, you do have that ability on hearing aids that
Okay.
you don't have to use the app for.
Now that our clients have tried the Signia, we move on to the third set, which is the Unitron. You will also notice that so far we've only received feedback from 3 out of 4 clients. That's because our fourth client wanted to evaluate all options before giving us his feedback.
I don't hear any internal noise.
I'm not really hearing any internal noise.
Is there any internal hissing noise that you can hear on these hearing aids?
Nope.
Internal noise.
No, I'm good.
Well, I can't tell much difference between Unitron and Cigna. I sort of think the quality of the noise or the quality of the sound coming into my ears is better with Unitron than with Cigna.
I can, as I'm just speaking, it sounds like just my own voice. I can hear more amplification.
Is there anything in the sound quality of my voice that is remarkable, or does my voice sound pretty normal?
It sounds pretty normal.
How does your own voice sound?
It sounds good.
You're gonna
A
have to
little
talk
bit
a
of,
little.
yeah, a little bit of an echo, but not bad.
All right. Okay. Any noticeable difference between the Bose and the Unitron that you can comment on at this point?
I like these because they're already better set. It takes a little while to get that dialed in right, and it squeals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care for that.
No, I don't see any big significant
Okay.
difference.
How does my voice sound?
It sounds good.
Perfect.
The results from our conversation and quiet test is the Bose has the most noticeable internal noise and the Unitron has the least. The sound quality for 3 out of 4 clients stated that all devices were comparable to each other, with one showing a clear favor to Unitron. 3 out of 4 clients have shown a frustration with the use of the phone app, while the fourth was indifferent. One of the main selling points of the Bose devices is how good they sound in music. Bose has specialized with excellent sound quality involving music since its inception. Therefore, it's not surprising that Bose does boast excellent sounding hearing aids when listening to music. This has become our third listening environment that was not mentioned in part 3 of our Bose comparison series: music. In-person music is always much more powerful than music through radio, which is why we asked one of our clients who plays the piano to come in and play keyboard for us while our clients tested each set of hearing aids in a music environment.
Oh boy.
Big difference already?
Yeah. It's a little louder and I think it's a little more sharper. In other words, I can hear it without having to concentrate to hear it.
Okay.
Honestly, on the Bose, you saw me playing with the volume. There wasn't a big change in the loudness until I got up into like the 55 range. I mean, I now took it all the way down to 5, and 5 was comfortable. 55 was still comfortable, but it took me that big of a spread to get a little bit more sound.
Okay.
As far as quality, I think the quality was fine.
Okay.
And the quality on the other two are, I mean, they are all very comparable.
The first one that I had in was the
Unitron.
Unitron. Okay, so it sounded very nice, just very subjectively. The sound from the Signia, I don't know if the volume was set exactly the same as the other model or not, but as I say, subjectively, it sounded maybe a little bit better. This unit, there's kind of a little bit of what I would call like a ringing
Okay.
in there. There's some sort of a quality that I didn't really notice in either of the other 2 units.
A lot of feedback in these with the music. A lot of squealing.
Really?
That's the higher, yeah, some of the higher end. They're getting a lot of squealing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, how did the other 2 compare?
The other 2 are about the same,
About
and it
the
doesn't it didn't have the feedback, and the music was clear, but there wasn't the feedback and the squeal that the Bose have.
Okay.
I was playing with the Bose because if it's a product that I'm going to have to deal
Right.
with to set my tones, I'm not sure I would like to have to set and play on my phone app to get where I need to be if I'm in a certain situation, if I was at a concert. And all of a sudden, well, I can give you an example. When a commercial comes on TV, it's loud, and then when you go back to regular programming, I have to turn the volume up,
Right.
because the difference. And I would hate to think that I'd have to have my app out all the time doing that.
The results from our music test is the overall sound quality of all three manufacturers are again comparable. One of our clients preferred the sound of the Unitron and one preferred the sound of the Signia. Two of our clients had issues with feedback in the Bose in a musical situation. All four of our clients placed Bose as their last choice in a musical situation due to either the feedback or the inconvenience of having to use the app to constantly adjust to the ever-changing environment. Our final test was listening in noise. In part 3 of our series, we had shown there would be a TV in front of the clients playing an old basketball game.
Look at those tiny bridges.
What you did not see is behind the client is a CD player that is also playing the sound of a dishwasher. Off to the right of the client is another CD player playing the sound of a washing machine. Needless to say, the room became very loud and noisy.
Okay, this is really loud. This is incredibly annoying.
Turn it down.
All right, I'm not going to turn it down. Let me get another pair of hearing aids.
Dr. Angela would then, with all of the noise, have a conversation with the client to see how well they could pick out voices with all of the distractions.
Well, I sure do like being able to change this word volume.
Is that working for you?
Yeah.
And that's bringing the words right up and you can hear me over the noise?
Yes.
Perfect.
But I don't know that I could get it done quick enough to satisfy the speaker.
Now this is the Unitron. And,
It's really loud. Oh, that's fine.
okay, so this one you're hearing the speech okay?
Yeah.
Are you hearing me okay?
Sure. You're asking me and I'm hearing myself pretty loud too. I'm hearing the washing machine and the television and I'm hearing okay.
Noise and everything.
It's not bad with the noise. That's what I'm adjusting here to turn the TV down a little bit, turn you up a little, and turn the TV down a little. The way these are set, it's just too low.
Okay. Okay.
But that would be one of those things I would adjust and turn on the TV.
Are you still understanding me?
Yes.
Okay. As far as comfort and natural sound, are the Bose pretty comparable with these?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I said it is nice to be able to adjust.
Alright.
A little better. The TV doesn't sound quite as loud.
Okay. So a little bit better than the Signia. How do they compare to the Bose? Okay, so comfortable with the Bose. Alright. And you started with the Bose.
Okay, I could hear the things, pretty well. I didn't. Well, I'm not sure if I could have raised the volume level. I mean, if I raised the volume level, would I have also been raising the volume of the TV? I could hear you, and I could follow the thread of the conversation. The second one,
That was the Signia.
yeah, it was a little more difficult actually to hear you. I could hear you, but it was a little bit more difficult. And then the third one that I had in was more difficult yet.
The results from our listening in noise is 2 clients showing favor to the Unitron, 1 showing favor to the Bose, and 1 stating they were all comparable. With all of the testing completed, we asked our clients of the 3 pair of hearing aids, which do they prefer and what are their final thoughts.
Would you say that the Bose is comparable to the hearing aids? Or would you say that one is better than the other?
I sort of like this. This is Unitron, right?
Correct.
I sort of like this the best. And then I would say Bose and then Signia.
Okay. What is it that you like about, you like the sound quality of the Unitron best. What is it that pushes the Bose over the Signia?
that I could get the Bose louder.
Okay. Is there any standout device?
Not really.
Okay, so pretty much they're pretty comparable.
Yes.
All right, so, and the reason I asked that question is because they're all the same price point.
Okay.
All right, so direct to consumer or through the audiologist office, that price point is not a consideration.
Right.
The sibilance factor in the one would make me probably want to avoid that
Okay.
particular unit, and it would definitely move my choice toward one of the other units. As to which of those two, I'm not sure, because I felt like they were fairly equal. And I probably need to listen just to those two to fine tune a choice.
You said that when you pumped up the volume on the Bose, you could hear okay,
Yeah.
but it took you a while to get that setting where you needed it to be.
That's correct, because you gotta find your phone, pull it out, and then you gotta run it up and down, and you don't know which way is gonna be loud until you've run it up and down, and then you can do it. So it take a little longer to get the speech you want.
You said, what did you say about the app?
It's a pain.
And what makes it a pain?
It's hard to try to figure it out. Okay, which way am I going on this? What am I supposed to have? How much stuff am I supposed to download? And and just here, figure it out. Okay,
Here's my thought on this, and it doesn't just apply to this, but it applies to everyday life, to us seniors, citizens, is that we're not all technically aggressive. And I've been battling getting a medical bill that I paid in December of last year, and I proved to them I paid it, and I have sent certified mail. I've done it all, and I'm an aggressive, active senior person, and I can handle that, and made phone calls and stomped my feet and screamed and hollered. And it's a matter of knowing who to call, what to do, how to handle it. And I looked at my sister, I said, what do people of our age, how do they get through this?
Yeah.
And especially like my brother, who is 70 years old, he wants absolutely nothing to do with computers, technology. And he's got help, he's got a wife who's very intelligent, but what happens to those people? They don't have anybody.
Yeah.
And so technology is where I'm getting at with all this. I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, I want to be able to go to my phone and change my adjust. I really want,
You want a button on here.
I want something that can either raise the volume or lower the volume, or I'll just take the things out. And that's what I want, but I can come to you
Right.
when I have a problem.
Right.
Whereas when I had the problems with my medical bills, there are no local offices here. Nobody you can talk to. You have to call the 188 numbers or whatever, and you can talk to somebody no matter where they're at. I don't know, they could be here, they could be there, and you never get the same person twice. And when somebody says they'll call you back, they don't call you back. And no, I want to be able to have a product that I can walk in here and go, Angela, I have a problem, and you're going to go, we'll take care of it.
Okay.
The final results are one of our clients maintaining their choice of Unitron. The remaining three have stated the sound quality of the intro-level products and the Bose are all comparable. If given the choice of the Bose or another product, all four chose to not take the Bose. One client expressed the intrinsic noise of the devices was distracting enough that they would stay away. The remaining three expressed frustration with having to use the app when the need to make adjustments instead of the devices being automatic or a simple button press on the devices themselves. Finally, one of our clients stated that they would not go with the Bose if they had issues. They don't want to have to get on the phone and explain what's going on, sit on hold, and all the frustrations that come with working with a business that isn't local. Instead, it was reiterated her preference was someone who she can see in person, who listens, and will give personalized care. Which leaves the final question of, how do the Bose devices fare against other devices? In sound quality, there is very little difference. As far as the app is concerned, it is a point of contention. In terms of personalized care, Bose has not a leg to stand on.